I've been all around the world, and for the first time I've made the holy pilgrimage to the destination that Australians hold most sacred. That's right, I'm in Bali, Indonesia, and while I'm here I wanted to stop by BYD Harmony Bali to take a look at a car that's available in right-hand drive that we don't get in Australia. I'm going to show you all about it on this episode of Beyond EV, your home for everything BYD. Hi everyone, David here from Beyond EV, and I'm here at BYD Harmony Bali to take a closer look at this, the BYD M6. It's a 7-seater MPV that's about the size of the BYD Atto 3, just a little bit longer, and it's available in right-hand drive, but we don't get it here in Australia, so I found it really interesting and wanted to take a closer look at it. So what makes it so special? Well, let's dive into it. So the BYD M6, it's a small MPV size car made specifically for the Southeast Asian market. It's available in countries such as Indonesia, Philippines, Hong Kong and Thailand, and if you know your BYD cars, it might look somewhat familiar to you because it's actually the modern day upgrade to the BYD E6, BYD's first ever battery electric vehicle. Now that BYD E6 was aimed at taxi and rideshare services, and you could probably say the same thing about the M6 as well. The E6 was the first BYD vehicle, well, one of the first BYD vehicles imported into Australia, and it was used in Australia for taxi and rideshare services. But given its price point and what it's available at here in Indonesia, I actually think this would make a phenomenal passenger car for the consumer market as well. It comes in at a lower cost to the BYD Atto 3, but it's more practical. It has more seats, it's got a bigger boot space, and it comes in at a lower cost. If you've got a family of 4 or 5, this would be a brilliant low-cost EV for the whole family. Starting off with its size, the BYD M6 measures in at 4.71 metres long by 1.82 metres wide by 1.69 metres high. This makes it about 30 centimetres longer than the BYD Atto 3, but it's a similar width and height, which is why I think it would be not a bad option to consider for the Australian market. It's available in 3 different variants: a standard 7-seater, a superior 7-seater, and even a superior 6-seater, which comes with 2 captain's chairs in the middle instead of the standard 3-seat bench. Take your pick. I think each of these options would be phenomenal value to have here in Australia, particularly if you've got this or the Atto 3 to pick against. Now when it comes to performance and range, the BYD M6 comes in 2 different powertrain options, both of which have the same power and torque specs, but come with different battery variants offering different ranges. All variants of the BYD M6 come with a front-wheel drive motor that can produce 120 kilowatts of power and produces 310 newton meters of torque. This can make the M6 go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 10.1 seconds. The battery options that are available are 55.4 kilowatt hour or 72.8 kilowatt hour BYD LFP Blade battery, which provides a range of 420 kilometers or 530 kilometers depending on the battery option. DC charging speed maxes out at 115 kilowatts and will allow you to get from 30% to 80% in just 30 minutes. stepping into the interior of the BYD M6, and it's a little bit unique because it's not exactly a part of the Ocean series lineup or the Dynasty series lineup. No, the BYD M6 would be a part of the E series family, which is a design family which is aimed at taxi and rideshare services, as this is the updated version of the E6. It comes with a 12.6-inch rotating touchscreen found in other BYD vehicles, but there's a few other places which might be less conventional compared to other BYD vehicles that we're used to. Things such as the digital dash cluster, it's gone. In its place, you've got a standard analog one with a smaller central screen in the middle. But the steering wheel might be somewhat familiar. Looks very similar to the one that you'd find on the BYD Sea Lion 7. The center dash console, again, nice and sleek and basic, but not something that you'd probably find in a lot of BYD vehicles that we're familiar with because it doesn't share many design cues with them. You have a wireless charging pad here and a decent sized center console with USB ports and a 12-volt socket. I found the seats to be comfortable, heated and ventilated, with a standard plastic dash. Up top, you've got a full glass panoramic sunroof, which opens up. And air-conditioned air vents all the way back to the third row. Moving into the back. Looking at the back seat, and it looks to be quite a comfortable space to be in. If this was a car that you had to hop into as a taxi or a rideshare, I don't think you'd be disappointed. In the back, you've got rear AC controls. You've got rear charging ports. You've got electric windows. And as I mentioned before, AC vents all the way back to the third row, with vanity lights on both sides. The seats are quite cushiony and very comfortable, and there's ISOFIX points on both passenger outer seats. Sitting in the middle, and it actually is quite comfortable. I've sat in a few middle seats and they have not been comfortable to sit in, but this one seems to be quite good. Now, taking a look at the third row, and if you're considering providing a more premium experience to your clients in terms of a ride share or taxi service, I don't think you could really look past the BYD M6. There's plenty of room in the back here. The cabin is well insulated, it's fully electric, it's going to be dead silent out on the road, and there's air vents that can be controlled by the third row occupants as well. So let's take a look in the boot, and this is with the third row up. And as you can see, there's plenty of additional room back here, even with the third row up. Look, this is pretty standard to see this type of space left behind with the third row up, but having seen a number of other cars here in Bali, this is actually quite significant. As you can see, it comes with your charger cables and your V2L adapter. This car obviously comes with BYD's V2L capability, so it can actually be used to power other electronics when you've stopped on the side of the road and taking a break. Push the seats down. And you've got plenty of room. Probably one of the largest boot cavities I would have seen in a BYD to date. This car is made to transport people, families, and I think it does a phenomenal job of that. So that's it. That's the BYD M6 in a nutshell. It's an affordable, practical, 7-seater MPV that I actually think would actually do quite well in Australia. Perhaps maybe with a more powerful drivetrain, which would allow you to get up our steep hills a little bit more easily, but nonetheless, quite a very well-appointed vehicle. But I'm interested to hear what you think. If the BYD M6 was available in your market, would you consider buying it? Let me know down in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to Beyond EV for more BYD related content. I've got plenty more videos headed your way. Now, just before I go, I just wanted to give a big thank you to BYD Harmony Bali for letting me film this vehicle here at the dealership today. They've been very hospitable, and I hope to be back here again to film more BYD vehicles sometime in the future. But That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.